Yay!
We're live.
I hope we can see you in this one now that we moved it a little.
Okay.
Oh. Perfect.
Hi, everybody.
I have to remember to use my mic.
Yeah, you have to lean in, especially because you're not loud. And
What did you say my voice is like? What?
Where's the plug for this?
The mics aren't on?
The mic's, it's not.
It's into the wall.
The plug for this.
Oh.
I'm so glad we're doing this.
Well,
we're missing one of the plugs that we need for this to actually work. Is not.
I don't even see it in the vicinity.
It's not.
Is it? Oh, the white one. No. So we would just be doing it without mics.
Hi. We could start it without mics. We might have to. But
It wouldn't be my
that's
first
fine.
time.
Our voices won't sound amazing, though. We sound a lot better on the microphones. It's just a fact. But these chords are not correct. This is not right. Well, that's cute. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Welcome to the behind the scenes, except for when it's live, it's not behind the scenes.
At least you realized. I wouldn't have known.
That's
ever.
true.
I didn't, even the one Tori and I did, I literally watched it after, and I didn't know until Daniel texted saying the mics were on. And I was like, oh.
Well, yeah, at least I realized it. That's cool, but I really don't know where the cord is. Like, there's a cord that's not plugged in that's missing. Well, it'll just look like there are mics, but don't worry about your mic.
Hello.
Hi. We are not going to sound as good now, but that's fine.
Okay.
Also, Betsy will have to speak up.
I will.
When Betsy is being recorded, she starts to sound like she's doing an ASMR video. She's like, hi, this is Betsy.
I think it's actually because.
Have you seen those?
Yes, I have. But I didn't know I still don't know what ASMR stands for. Aesthetically sounding.
Nope.
Mirrored reels.
What
I don't
does
think
ASMR
anybody
mean?
knows.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
I can see why they call it ASMR.
A term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli.
That's such a compliment. It was a compliment when you said it.
Meant
I
it
knew
nice.
people fell asleep to it, but
yeah, I meant like your voice sounds like it should be, like you should be doing an ASMR video. Like you could be like, now you're going to take a deep breath.
do you have to do the nails?
Yeah, that's what there's all these, I think it's a younger person than I am thing, but people watch videos and the girls are on there with like crinkly paper and their nails and they're like.
I don't get it. Or like they start chopping up sand.
Yeah, and it's like.
Or it's like soap bars and I'm like, what is the point of this? I just don't get it.
Wow!
Is that my phone? Alright, just turn I didn't put it on silent or anything.
Wow! Wow!
Normally I'm not fully in charge of getting us set up and here's why.
Well, we know you're straight.
I'm like, we're ready, everything's ready to just
like,
press live.
We're good to go. It's fine, it's more interesting. Happy Friday, everybody.
We do only have like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna be maybe less.
Maybe less.
Here's the thing. We're on a good roll today. We would have started sooner. This is my fault. But I have a deal that I'm trying to get closed today, and there are issues with the reinspect that came up. We don't always do a reinspect for buyers, but sometimes there are fixes where it's like, we would have no idea if this is done correctly or not.
Like a crawl space.
Like a crawl space.
Or a roof.
But, spoiler alert, even if you get the reinspect, you still might have no idea. So it's going really well.
And the closing's at
The
noon?
closing's supposed to be at noon.
Okay. Hour and 14. We're good.
No big deal. I'm sure we'll close on time.
Things are happening.
It's going really smoothly. So, we're just, working the solutions instead of the problems. That's what we're working on right now. So I might have to keep an eye on this because I got to forward an email when it comes in. That's.
What did you say? I liked what you said. You said, I'm assuming, what did you say? I'm operating as everything's going to go well.
Oh yeah, what did I say to that? And Betsy got to hear the conversation with the agent because he was like, the inspector's full of blah, 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 blah. I think I said, I'm going to work under the assumption. Oh wait, no, it's what I said to the client.
Yeah, that everything's.
I'm going to work under the assumption that they're going to be able to give us the things that we need to feel good about closing today.
Mm-hmm.
Because.
Which is a really positive thing to say when
things are not
going
going
an hour before closing, you call your client and say, just a little minor bump in the road.
Little thing.
Everything's going to be good.
Inspector doesn't love what they did at the house. But, okay, well, let's get into it. Basically what I'm asking the selling side for is proof that the contractor who did this work is a Class A licensed contractor and the invoice from the contractor, so that we have something that says like they did this work and they are licensed and competent to say that it was done in a way that's acceptable.
And this is beyond the repair receipts. This is the original work that was done, correct? Because you
I
already
think,
have the
yes,
repair receipts.
This is the work that was done when the renovation was done on the house.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So that's what we're trying to get, and we want to see that the guy actually is licensed, and we can look him up on the DPOR license lookup. If they can get us the appropriate things from the appropriate contractor, then we might feel comfortable closing today. So when I talked to the client, he's like, so should I assume that we're delaying closing? I don't want to delay closing. I know he has other meetings today. I'm like, that would turn into a real cluster.
Right. And he does need a place to live.
And he is supposed to be moving
why most of us, buy houses.
So step one is hopefully I'm being told the truth by the other side, and they're going to be able to get me the stuff that would make us feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm operating under the assumption that they're going to be able to get us what we need to feel good about closing today. And if they can't, then we're gonna change.
Then we're gonna operate under a different assumption.
Then we're gonna operate under the assumption that we're gonna fight. That's the assumption we're gonna operate under. So, yeah, that's what you get to hear from me as a client if we're in a situation that might be stressful.
I thought it was good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I feel calm about it.
You feel good?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he feels about it, but
yeah, I'm pretty much used to it. I'm like, it doesn't really
That's fine.
It takes a lot for me to be like, wow.
Well, that I think is kind of what we were texting about this morning. If you're in real estate for long enough and you go under enough stress, you eventually become numb to it. That's what I was referring to. Which
yes.
I got out of the way early because I graduated from college and then started doing mortgages as an infant. I was an infant baby child out of college doing mortgages for grown people. And I was like, major imposter syndrome. I was like, do they know that I'm a baby? Do they know?
That's what I felt like that other person on the phone was doing today.
Being a baby?
No.
Oh.
The other agent is the same age as me. I'm 27. I think he's
overcompensating, maybe?
He was like, as long as I've been in the business, like, it just kept going on. But I'm like,
honey.
we were only 27. I mean, I do the same thing, don't get me wrong.
Right, but it's still like, let's calm down and just work the solution. I don't want to have an argument between agents about something that's really a contractor thing. Like, I'm not a contractor, you're not a contractor. Let's not pretend to be contractors.
Yeah.
I want to see a real licensed contractor sign off on this.
Yeah.
I don't care about your opinion about it. You're a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent.
And we can just do what we do better if we stay in our lane.
Yeah, let's stay in our lane.
Like the other day, we
It's
had
not our job.
an issue where Kat was like, you know, Betsy and I aren't qualified to do that, but we can definitely get you in touch with an attorney.
Yeah.
We can, you know, provide all the stuff you need and get you to that point, but there's just certain things that we hand off.
Right. We're not qualified. We're not inspectors. We're not contractors. We're not lawyers. We're not a title company.
And I wouldn't make a claim of any of those
No.
things otherwise. Like,
Well,
I'm not going to go to a house and be like, well, I probably think that we should do X, Y, Z.
I think that's how you end up sued.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure.
Like, pretending to be qualified for things that you're not. Like, and I am a very confident person. And when I know something and I am qualified, like, I'll die on that hill.
Yeah.
But you need to know where your lane is and bring in the professionals where the professionals are needed for certain. And for buyer clients, our job is to advocate for them,
Yeah.
not to pretend like we know something or put our opinion on it. It's not like I can't say whether or not the buyer will feel comfortable to close. I can give him the information, give him my professional opinion on what's going on, and then he can make a decision.
Yeah,
It's his deal.
You did a good job on that too, on the phone, of like just getting the facts. Like you said, I'm gonna have to talk to my buyer client when you were talking to the other agent, because it's really like
I can't tell you what he wants to do.
Yeah, you want to protect him, but it's really his decision.
Right. Yeah. And like, yeah, because my buyer, I might call him up and he's like, I don't care, let's just go to closing. Like, if that's really what you want to do, okay, you're in charge. If you're like, I'm totally uncomfortable, I'm not closing today, that's what you want to do, you're in charge. I can't tell the other agent what I think my client should do. I'm just here to advocate for you.
I normally can't see myself because I don't have glasses on, but I'm like, hey.
You're like, oh, I was wondering what your smile was. You're like, oh, we look good today. It's a good day. We're off to, well, a busy start.
I had the best start to my day because I walked in, matcha was waiting for me, thank you, Kat.
You're so welcome.
And tulips. And I almost had them in our video, but the plastic's still on because I want to keep them fresh.
That's why I put them, I have tulips in a kitchen glass so that they don't get...
Yeah, the kitchen glass might be going with me today.
As long
just
as you
on a little
don't
venture.
tell anybody.
It'll come back.
There's no one listening, right?
It's a mobile
no
base.
one's gonna know. Okay, we still don't have this email from the inspector. Well, this kind of goes along with a little bit of what we were gonna talk about. Buyer clients buying in this market.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a conversation we have with sellers and buyers. I literally just sat down with a seller 2 days ago when we were getting photos done for the list for one of the listings we have this weekend, and she just went under contract with a house, and I think her parents or somebody in her life is saying, why would you buy a house right now? No, and I'm like, no, homie, buy a house, like, now is the time. I just realized in this video. Okay.
Oh, I love it still. It's like a...
I know, well, it was like...
accessory.
It was,
my
face was the
blocking you.
microphone.
Sorry.
Everyone might want to see me.
You probably do.
Probably. Hi, Sarah. So oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the thing. Trying to time the real estate market, it does not work. And really any market, you try to time the market in general, like, I mean, even somebody who's not investing in real estate will be like, put the money in and wait, right? I mean, I think we've all tried to time the market,
and someone's always going to tell you, like, oh, it's a bad time for XYZ.
No, and it doesn't work like that. Here's the thing. Real estate in Richmond, in the greater Richmond area, overall appreciates in value.
Yeah.
Over time. That is just a fact. It's always been a fact. I could pull up the graph on the MLS where you can see the entire history of home values, and it goes like this.
Right.
So, to not invest because you feel like it's not a good time, it's like the best time to invest was any day before today. Any property that's going to exist in the future. So, I mean, something really horrible would have to happen for the value to drop on a property. So, what we're looking at is people are scared to buy because of interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we know about mortgages?
You can always refinance.
You can always refinance.
Also, didn't this used to be rates before COVID? I've been in real estate for 4 years, but COVID was pretty much, I got licensed the end of 2019.
Well,
so.
I think what happened was when the housing market crashed, rates were very low after that. And they were like really low, let me think.
So right like 2018, 17, like what was it before COVID? Because COVID we know was like 2-3% rates. But like before that was like 5-6s, like.
Not really. I mean, they were like, I'm trying to think of the house that I bought in that time. They were like 4s. They were good. Rates were good.
Because I've just like heard from people who are older that like 7, like that's not bad. Like they're like, that's not bad. It used to be like 10, 13%.
It was like 14%.
Yeah.
Which I can't even, I'm like, literally, how do people afford houses? If the rates were 14% right now, no one could afford
My
a house.
hard money loan, fun fact, this is a different type, but it's 13.5%. But I mean,
that's why you gotta unload the property.
I'm paying it, back so quickly.
And you don't. That's
and
a
it's
good,
cash that he's. It's just a whole different.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But that's a good
just
point.
To point
when
out
you're
that
making
I'm like,
a certain amount of money
like,
off the property, you don't not do it because the interest is high.
Exactly. Like I wasn't gonna be like, oh, that's not a good rate. Let me just hold off on making a ton of money.
Well, it's like people who don't want to flip a house because they don't want to pay capital gains tax to the government. It's like you don't want to make money because you have to give some to the government. Guess what? You do that at your job every single day.
If you get a pay increase yearly, you're going to pay more taxes.
If you get paid on anything ever, the government is taking a slice of that pie.
Yep.
Every single time. It's the same with real estate. Like, welcome, love, death, and taxes. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's inevitable.
If you can buy and, avoid taxes, like by turning it into another property, that's great. But,
But
you
that's
can
not
always
always going to be the case. So, the thing with buying now is that now it's still a seller's market because the inventory has stayed low. I mean, inventory's been low, it's stayed low, it's so low. There's so low inventory. So it's still a seller's market, but there are also less buyers because everyone is scared of the interest rates. So what a time to buy. Because here's the thing, friends, if you're trying to time the market and you're waiting for interest rates to drop, guess what everyone else is doing?
The same thing.
The same thing. So what do you think is going to happen?
The second they do, everyone's going to start bidding over ask. And then guess what? People are still going to say, you're so silly for buying right now. Everyone's paying over appraised value.
Every house has 50 offers on it.
Yeah. So no matter what, there's going to be some kind of a, talk about how it's not ideal. If it was ideal, like if interest rates were low, there was absolutely no competition, like blah, blah, that it just wouldn't make sense. Like that wouldn't happen. We would be giving stuff away. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're totally right.
You're not going to have all the terms in your favor at once.
No, it doesn't work like that. And when demand goes up, so do prices. So you're going to be sitting around going, wow, if I had bought a house last year, it would have appreciated really well this year.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yep.
I mean, I tried to time the market back in the end of 2020. I thought I was going to build another house.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do it because construction costs were rising so rapidly in 2020. So stupid. So dumb.
They still are.
So dumb. Guess what? They're still rising.
I just got a text the other day. Costs are going up.
Lumber's
I'm like,
up.
Great.
Lumber's up. Yeah. And here's the thing. If I had built that house at that time.
Yes.
Sorry. Work stuff. If I had built a house at that time, I would have made so much money off of it. I could have built it, lived in it for a year or two, sold it for such a
I'm really
that house
glad you didn't.
Me too.
I don't like the location.
I didn't want to. Yeah. No, it's good because I ended up renovating a house in Powhatan, and that appreciated really well. But
you did.
I mean, not Powhatan.
I was
Short
like,
Pump.
I
No.
was like, wait a minute.
Sorry, I've got Powhatan on the brain because I'm thinking about building in Powhatan now. But living in Short Pump
You're
was
thinking
the
about talking about building in Powhatan.
Yes.
You're not actually building. She's
no.
not allowed to go to
I
the country anymore.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking about moving to the country the other day.
Betsy did try to move to Goochland.
Do you know that's why I texted you? I wanted you to be like, I will buy it for you.
Oh, that's so sweet
Instead,
that you think I would do that.
I got it. I just said I love this house.
Like,
I need it for my
sweet
dog.
House.
I need it for my dog. And
for my dog. I was like,
Kat said,
you can't.
That's so nice.
I was like, you're not
it's
getting
so
a mortgage
cool.
of that size. We're not doing that right now.
And that was it. And I was like, she didn't pick up what I was putting down.
I thought about it and I was like, no, she's not. No, I didn't. I'm shutting this.
It was the same day I just signed off on another house that I bought, the investment one. So it was like really bad timing.
Yeah. Well, I was like,
it was like it wasn't like buying 2 houses a day kind of a day.
Yeah, I was like, we're not doing that, and also that doesn't follow our plan for you. So.
I know. And I told myself too, I was like, I have a rule now. I don't go out to houses and fall in love with the house. I fall in love with the location. And everything went out the window.
Yeah. You were like, let's move to the middle of nowhere.
So.
It is a sweet house.
It was a good test. And I feel better yesterday after I calmed down and was like, you know what, that probably wasn't going to be a great investment.
Oh, you were like very serious.
I called Mary Margaret twice. And she was like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why not?
Because this is not the investment you need right now. This is not for you. That's very funny. So, and also, I can't buy anything until a week from now.
Yeah.
We're both really
like, everything's tied up. And that was
all
the
thing.
Thing.
Money's tied up.
If I had more time, it could have worked, but
we just, it's not going to be on the market a week from now. And also, you're not allowed to buy it. So,
yeah. It was only 24 minutes from the
and
office.
we're getting married. You can't live in Goochland.
Oh, I like the feeling out there.
Me too, but this is not the season of life that we're in.
Okay. So anyway,
a marital discussion of where we're gonna
I
live.
do need to be close to the office, so.
Yeah, we need to be close to the office, to each other. We need to be centrally located for clients.
Yeah.
One day we will live in the country again, but not today.
Here's the thing, even if you're in the country and you start selling in the country, you're still driving a ton.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not any better.
No, because one end of Goochland County is an hour from the other end of Goochland County.
Yeah.
Like, I used to do, like, all my business was out in Goochland.
When I lived out there a couple years ago, I was like, this is perfect. And I was
Sell
like,
on the
wow,
Goochland
this
houses.
is not so perfect.
And guess what? If you sell in Charlottesville, it's still 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, the country's a lot of driving. Like, hope you like riding around in your car.
Yeah.
Get comfy.
This location is probably best.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to move to Short Pump, centrally located. Like, location. It's best for business. Because I do like selling in the country, but even from here, it's very convenient. I can just hop on 64, go west, and get anywhere.
We have about 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's pushing it.
Moral of the story. Let's have a moral of the story is, let your agent stress about things for you. That's the first one. Work the solution, not the problem.
Yeah.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
Stop trying to time the market. That's dumb.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. We've tried it.
You can't have the perfect sale and the perfect buy at the same time. It just doesn't exist.
It's not going to exist.
One of them's going to be, you're going to have to give in some way on one of them.
Real estate appreciates over time. So, you know what they say about trees, like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Oh, really? It's like one of my favorites.
But I did know a quote. I need you to hear this one.
Okay.
In basketball, I don't know about a quote.
I'm not
it's
a sports
thing.
person.
Neither am I. So when I heard it, I'm like, wow. Every time they make a shot, they follow it up in case it bounces off so they can do the rebound. I never knew that. So,
you know, I used to play basketball in high school.
Oh, did you do that?
Uh-huh.
You make a
I was
shot
a
and you just start running. Like, you're like,
yeah, no, you make the shot and you bolt to get
that's
a rebound.
crazy. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So in life, I was kind of saying, like, have a backup plan, and I'm like, I never do that. I shoot my shot, and I'm like, we're gonna get it in!
It's totally
and then if it misses,
you're
I'm like,
to the
what?
other end of the court. You're like shooting the 3-pointer.
Oh, I'm like already
around.
cheering,
You're
yeah.
like, it's going in.
I just think that's crazy. I mean, wouldn't you know when you shoot it if it's gonna go in or not? I mean, I would hope.
I feel like even the best people, like, you don't make every shot.
And then I thought about games I've watched. It makes sense. That's how they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get up there because they ran up there, right? Mm-hmm. So
okay,
little sports talk for you.
Little sportsy. I mean, for two people who aren't sports people, we did that one really well. I think. Good job, team. That's the moral of the story. Shoot your shot, follow it up.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, that was fun.